Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. It's the day of love. And if you're here, that means you love metal. Welcome, metalheads. I'm the host of Heavy Metal Philosophy, JonBarbas. Make sure you stick around to the end of the episode for this week's album art of the week. It's the weekend. That means we got new metal albums dropping on us, and I'm bringing you my 5 favorite. But as always, before we jump into the top 5, we always list the new releases from the big bands. And this week, there's really only one big band worth mentioning, and that is the OGs, the legends, the band that's responsible for one of the defining records in metalcore. That's right, we got a new album from Converge called Love Is Not Enough. One of those bands where when they finally give us new music, we celebrate. Now let's do the top 5. Coming in at number 5, Embittered with Architron death metal out of Chicago. There's a song on this album called The Caveman Cometh, which is an apt title, but it doesn't really adequately paint the entire picture because this band ventures off sometimes into some complex sections with liberal use of the high strings. Think something like Ulcerate. They're not afraid to do a clean interlude in the middle of the record, but yeah, mostly caveman riffs, so it scratches both itches for me. Definitely dug this one. You will too if you check it out. Coming in at number 4, Croon with Santa Somnia doom metal out of Italy. This is one of my odd picks for the week because it's not the most brutal record on the top 5, but it's just got this cool factor to it that I could not get over. I'm just thinking about people playing heavy metal with their sunglasses on at night in some really swanky club. It's a little bit dirty, but not too dirty, not filthy, really happening. Only a few people know about it, and yet the room is packed because the band is so good and people spread the word. That's what I'm feeling from this record, and now I'm spreading the word. Coming in at number 3, Temple of Decay with Profanus, black metal out of Poland, although the lone member and mastermind also spends time living in Ireland. This record struck me because it seemed to me like Rotting Christ if it was more raw. It's epic sounding like Rotting Christ. It has some of those chants, but it's not grand. This is much nastier. It's not that thoughtful, high fidelity sort of dense and grandiose black metal that we love Rotting Christ for. This is more in the dirt. This is more in the catacombs, and I dig that too. Coming in at number 2, Malefic with Impermanence, black and thrash metal out of Atlanta. Rise up. Now, black metal is full of larger-than-life characters and horrific lore, but then there's Malefic. No masks, no corpse paint, no demonic titles. You just have the old-school approach of releasing quality heavy metal and letting the music speak for itself. And speak it does. It has the tight gallops and energy of the best thrash metal. And then the leads on this have this sort of neoclassical edge to it that gives it malice, but also it makes it dramatic. And I love how the band doesn't lean on that strength too much. The record is mostly riff downs, and then those come in to give it that little bit of extra. You will be super impressed by their compositional skill, and that is overshadowed by the intensity and the punchiness that they managed to capture on tape here. And hey, before we do number 1, just a quick reminder that the winter designs and the Heavy Metal Philosophy merch store, winter's only gonna be here for another month or so, which means these designs are only gonna be available for another month or so. So head to jonbarbas-shop.fourthwall.com, links in the description, and get you one while you can. Now let's do number 1. Coming in at number 1, Worm with Necropalace, blackened death doom, with one of the members being from Florida and the other from Canada. This record sounds like the soundtrack to an anime about an evil cabal of vampires that are subjugating the realm of existence from a single castle. At least that's what comes to my mind. It's epic and grand and ridiculous and absurd in all the best ways. And if you love sick guitar work, you will love this record. The masterminds Phantom Slaughter and Rolf Septentrion are destroying the instruments so much that the only way that they can bring it to the next level is they got a guest spot from Marty Friedman for the last track to really let it be known this is a guitar record for guitar players, which you know is going to make me love it. We're not done yet. We still got the dealer's choice and the album art of the week. Let's get it. All right, longtime subscribers know that the dealer's choice segment is the part of the show that allows me to break my own rules. And this next record, some people would say that's not metal, and some people would say, of course that's metal. It's an edge case. No problem. We'll put it in the dealer's choice segment. Ponta del Diavolo with De Venom Natura. They call this blackened post-hardcore out of Italy. And this record made me ask, can black metal be seductive? Don't get it twisted. They call it blackened post-hardcore, but the black metal influences on this are quite a subtle ingredient buried under dense dashes of doom and groove and the aforementioned post-hardcore. Every now and again, you get a tremolo riff or a fry scream, but then the band puts the lid back on that concoction and lets it simmer. This is one of the few times I've ever listened to black metal and thought it was sexy. My favorite album art this week comes from Earth Tongue, Dungeon Vision, doom metal out of New Zealand. Now, I often complain about the standard heavy metal album cover, but let me describe this one to you. And then I want you to picture in your mind what it looks like, okay? Picture a castle overlooking a landscape. And in the background of that castle, overtaking the horizon, is a double exposure of a ghastly visage overlooking the castle. And then above that is a bat spreading its wings over the battlements of this castle. Sounds like a heavy metal album cover, doesn't it? Now look at it. That's what I'm talking about. Subvert the expectations. Bright colors, heavy metal, they don't go together unless the band sounds like this. I love this meld here. I love that it's different, and I love this music. And you will too if you check it out. And if you love heavy metal as much as I love heavy metal, then you want heavy metal all the time. Most of these records on the Best New Metal Album Show I've listened to and reviewed before the release date. And if you want to catch some of that, if you want to listen to some of the songs early as well, you should subscribe to my Substack, because every time I review one of these records early, I put a link in there where you can stream the songs right from the review before the album releases and see if it's one that you want to be on the lookout for that coming Friday when it does release. Subscribe to my Substack. Links in the description. Thank you so much for making it to the end. That's the best way to help the show. Click right here if you want more heavy metal philosophy, but most importantly, read philosophy, listen to metal. I love you.